Yo, yo, what up?
Welcome back to Chakra OutLoud, guys.
What we say.
And you don't get upset.
Today we have a special guest on the show, Mr. Ace, at InkWithAce on Instagram. And thank you for
Welcome.
joining us today.
Welcome, Ace.
Thank you for having me.
My dude.
Of course. So we just had a successful sip and paint, hosted by Mr. Smiley.
Yo, once again, I love you.
How was the night for you?
It was pretty cool. I like that I had like repeating clients, and we sold out this time again, and a bigger like set. Because last time it was what, 15?
I think the most that we've had is 12.
Oh well, there you go. So to double
I didn't
that.
even
was gonna
know
say, yeah, I
that we
think we
could
doubled.
fit 25. We fit 25.
That's what she said. No. Okay, sorry. I couldn't. You let that over. Go ahead.
We fit 25 people. It went without a hitch. It was great. Everybody had a great time. I am happy that we were able to fit 25 people because now it makes sense. This guy. Now it makes now it makes more sense to have a sip and paint where I see a profit from it versus like we were just breaking even for supplies and stuff prior to. So I'm really excited to host more sip and paints and hopefully have our artists kind of like rotate through it.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun doing it. I love teaching, man. You know what I mean? I didn't know that I like teaching until I started doing it.
He's fucking Picasso, so he's like this, that, and this.
But I try to simplify things as simple as possible for
No, you
somebody
did.
to
You
understand.
definitely did.
So
For someone
all
who-
the steps that I was given that night were like
Easy
accurate
steps.
enough for them
Yeah.
to actually get something done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and everybody had
And
like a nice like piece.
you know what everybody loved that they told me was the upside down thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, too.
It was
You made
like
so
it's
simple.
cool that you hosted the upside down because then it was like a shock to everybody.
When they flipped it over.
Yeah, to see something different that they were creating. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do more of that. I like that.
That was really cool. We also had a horror flash day this weekend. It was supposed to be for Brian, but Mr. Ace hopped in. Ace, how was that for you, hopping into another flash? And we're going to ask this to most of the artists that come on. How important do you think flash days are as an artist?
Hopping into the flash is always cool. It's a good time. It's a little difficult when like I didn't have any flash pieces done, so I was kind of working off somebody else's like designs. But for the most part, flash is mad chill. It's small pieces, so you can kind of bang them out. I think flash is important because you can kind of like test yourself. You know what I mean? You're dealing with a lot of people coming in at like a fast pace and like it's a decent volume. So you're doing, you know, anywhere between 4 to 8 tattoos in that day.
And
You
new
know what I mean?
clients. You
Yeah,
get to have
and
new clients. You know what I
And
mean?
new clients.
New opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's dope.
In July, end of July, we will be heading out to Miami. Chakra
Let's
OutLoud,
go.
we'll be taking Rolling Loud.
Let's go. So I got the
That shit might
contract
be crazy.
yesterday.
We got a fucking this guy, I don't sign contracts, got a contract.
When I saw it, it was like my stomach started like oh shit, this is real because you don't realize how real it is until things start like appearing. For example, the suit, the song, we're going to record next Friday. You know what I mean, dude? Like
Manifestation. It's kind of putting like
Putting everything in
one
place.
foot in front of the other until you're like there.
yeah. So that's fucking crazy. And it's happening in July, man. It's gonna be popping and it's gonna work, man. And it's good because it's for everybody. It's not just for me. Because people is like, how do you feel? How do you have the experience? The reason I don't feel nothing behind it, and I feel like it's part of what I'm supposed to do, is because I'm doing it for everybody around me,
100%.
in order to propel our success forward and stuff like that. So
Which I think is really cool. That you always keep like your people with you when you're
Yeah.
making moves or choosing to do new ventures that are kind of outside of your comfort zone. It's really cool that you see the bigger picture and not like selfishly be like, hey, now y'all are stuck here and peace, I'm out.
I've never
You know
been
what I
selfish.
mean?
I remember since like school, right? Like fucking elementary school. I used to always have money. My dad used to give me like $3-4, but I used to buy my sandwich and whatever. And then the kids that didn't have food, like from the projects and shit, I used to see that they had no fucking food. I would give them my entire sandwich and I would starve. Or I would
So
split half.
don't be selfless to a fault though, right?
Yeah, but that was when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Now I eat first and I'm like, here you go.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you don't
So-
sell yourself short in order to like provide.
yeah, because then I'm looking at him like, damn, that was a good sandwich too. I'm like, I'm hungry now. I only got this fucking milk. Damn, bro.
Oh, no.
What up, Mike? Can I have a piece?
Ace, you're here sitting in the Chakra OutLoud. We were talking about renovations a little earlier. This will all be brought up from the bottom. You kind of started from, I don't want to say the completely beginning of Chakra, but especially definitely moving here. How did you find Chakra, and what did you think when you first got here?
Finding chakra was kind of like a weird story, like in a good way. So pretty much, I used to live in New York. I kind of like lost my apartment, lost my job, lost everything, moved to Jersey. Along the lines, I didn't know what I wanted to do as far as career-wise. I always dabbled in art my whole life, and then I kind of like bought a tattoo machine and just really did nothing with it. Moving to Jersey, I ended up going to like an open mic. I performed in an open mic, and I met this girl who was doing another open mic. So through her friend, she was getting like a tattoo or something done, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's a dope-ass piece. Yeah. Said, oh, yeah, me and my boyfriend are going tomorrow to a spot to get tattooed together. So joking around, I'm like, oh, you know, if they have an apprenticeship, let me know. And like legit, this is probably like 2 a.m. So she was like out clubbing, whatever. She hits me up at like 6, 7 in the morning. So like a couple hours later, and sends me a screenshot that Chakra had just posted talking about.
I remember this. We literally had just posted.
Yeah, just posted it. So like that, literally like a couple hours couple hours later, my answers were like, my prayers were answered.
Yeah, for real.
So it was kind of crazy. So
it's a universe thing. You know that weird universe thing that we've been going through and shit.
And it was kind of interesting. So so like I DM'd them. They're like, oh, present us with a portfolio and everything like that. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck a portfolio is. and so I'm like looking through my art. I had pretty much like abandoned all my shit. Like I threw mad shit away. So I didn't have full pieces of art. So I like kind of like cut certain pieces of art like halfway so they looked like finished pieces, and they would get at least the gist of like my art style and like that I'm hand drawing shit, whatever. So, you know, I sent them a portfolio, came in for an interview, and we just like really vibed and clicked and everything. So I ended up starting a little bit earlier than we expected. I think I started December 27th, so like 2 days after Christmas. And yeah, we've just been rocking out ever since.
Yeah, like Ace walked in, like we saw his work and we were like, oh shit, this guy has like a lot of potential. And then he walked in and him and Smiley just fucking like hit it off. Smiley was like, that's my guy. That's my guy, and he's on. He's coming in. He's gonna work with us. I was like, all right,
Because there were some doubts, right, babe?
So,
but this is what business is.
Right. So
in reality, we have to look at the good and the bad.
Right.
Because even though I could be like, yeah, I like this guy, she could be like, well, did you notice
this, that,
that he had
and the other,
he had 2 guns behind his pocket? So, you know what I'm saying?
We definitely like check and balance each other out. Ace definitely worked hard towards his apprenticeship, and he made a lot of sacrifices for his apprenticeship in order to get to where he is now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at some point I was like, hey yo, like this ain't.
But this is the thing, because as a woman, women like to feel secure. If you can't secure a woman, then you're not gonna be able to keep her and stuff like that. So in this situation, he didn't secure himself in order for her to be like, you know what, I think he's gonna work.
Yeah. So
because my life was like that, I didn't have security and stuff like that. I was depending on what I think I know and what I know how to do. You know what I'm saying? So once I met her, I had to secure myself. So I'm like, I saw the potential behind him that she didn't see. You get what I'm saying? So whatever she saw in me, she'll like, give this fucking guy a chance. I did that with him.
Right. And now, like, always loved him. Great person. You know what I mean? But, like, work-wise, I was like, yo, bro, like, this ain't it. Yeah. And he was like, just, like, remember when you were patient? Yeah. Remember? I was like, all right. And now I'm like, hey, Ace.
Because normally I would be like, you know, like, for the queen. You know what I'm saying? And kneel and shit with my sword. I'm like, but this time I'm like, nah, nigga, like, we're both Sagittarius, my man. Back the fuck up. You don't understand, yo.
That's what he hit me with. He was like, it's different. And so I told him, I remember telling him, like, but there's a standard, right? And if it's different.
Fuck your standards. I did it. I said it like that.
But you did.
I was like, trust me.
And I did. And I'm so happy that, you know, it worked out and that you've grown so much. And I feel like I've always been very honest about that. So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, this is fucking true.
Yeah, whenever I've had flaws, y'all been able to pick them out. And, like, I take constructive criticism very well. And I know you do that. You both do that with, like, your heart on your sleeve, you know what I mean? It's never with like malice or ill intent, you know what I mean?
No, and I do it not only with art, I do it with life, because
for sure.
If I see this nigga's fucking up some shit, I'm gonna let him know, like, you know what I mean? Because
well, I feel like now, out of everybody in the shop, right? Like, we're cool with everybody in the shop. Obviously, we love our team, but they have a different bond. These two.
It's my guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where like, what's the age difference between you guys? Oh, okay,
roughly
so that
like
makes
5
sense.
years,
So
yeah.
Smiley definitely like looks at Ace like his little brother.
How old
And
are
I
you?
remember
I'm 30.
saying to him
Oh,
like
30. I'm 37.
like that's an employee,
Yeah, nigga, I'm
right?
old,
Like
My
nigga.
brother's like 37. I
You
think.
know what I'm
I
saying?
remember saying to him like you have to keep like that boundary. And he's like I can't. I was like yeah, all right, well, there's that. So
But
Ace
I,
is
Yeah,
like-
but
Ace
I
is
think we're the type
family,
of
you know
people,
what I
people
mean?
that are able to feed off that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's nothing like I don't take that to heart. I understand that he's looking out for me,
Yeah.
and we're also able to like to cross that line, but also like blur that line. Like I don't like it, not let it affect us performance wise as far as
Right.
like work.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know he's looking out for me as a person, and then we step
Yeah,
into the
and-
shop, and when we do work, then it's like.
And then
work.
my thing
So-
is, I could be very emotionless. I'm just saying like fucking language coming out my face without no emotions behind it. You know what I'm saying? This is just what it is.
verbal vomit.
Yeah, so it's just like here you go.
But honestly, it's been like a pleasure to watch him grow into like what he's into now. So
That's really cool.
good for you. Yeah.
Ace, when you started off the apprenticeship,
There are different levels, Ace. Trying to get him there.
what,
Nah,
was-
we're getting there. We're getting
Okay,
there.
yeah.
what
Yeah,
were some
big
of your
time.
favorite and your least
Hard-ass
favorite
nigga.
things about?
Oh, congratulations, because he got a car. Yeah. InkWithAce, aka car ass nigga.
I drive now.
There you go.
I have more drive.
What were you saying?
What were some of your favorite and least favorite things about the apprenticeship?
No pressure.
That's like a loaded question, honestly. I don't.
Be honest.
Well, that's the thing. I appreciated the whole thing. Going through all of the stages I went through in my life, like going through whatever hardship it was during the apprenticeship, I appreciated all of it because it got me to where I am. It made me who I am, right? You go through your journeys and you have like your situations, and that's what builds you to be like who you are as a person, right? That helped me become an artist. So I appreciate everything. I don't necessarily have a least favorite, but if I did have to choose, it would probably be, damn.
The windows.
No. You know what it would be? It would be the lack of appreciation from some of the people who like came before. You know what I mean? I felt like some people have taken situations for granted, to their own right, but you know what I mean? That they ended up in a position where they could have been better off. You know what I mean? So seeing like people take certain shit for granted, I think that's what really like kind of grinded my gears, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was like my least. I have no personal qualms with anybody, but you know what I mean. Just seeing it, I'm just like, you know, and I move how I move. So
Yeah.
100%. Speaking of people that have came before, for the next one who is to come, what did you think of the program overall, the apprenticeship, and what would you tell them from day one?
overall, the apprenticeship is pretty chill. Like if you really think about it, there's nothing too crazy. Just do what is laid out in front of you, right?
Do it,
It
your
is
fucking
literally
job.
like-
You have everybody here for you, and if you have questions, somebody's gonna answer it, right?
And it's
So-
very clear. Like our apprenticeship program is broken down into steps. It's so clear. Like
Yeah.
it's written for you.
You're not being abused. You're not being used like a lot of other shops might do, where they kind of like treat you like hazing.
Yeah,
or
because
it's
they,
like
they do the
fraternity or some
whole,
shit.
oh, that's the
It's
shop's bitch. Literally, that's what the
Yeah.
industry said. Oh, that's the shop's bitch. You're like,
So,
no, that's not. It's a
yeah,
human.
So
The fuck?
we want to respect you as a person, and we are expecting that same level of respect back.
100%.
What's the question?
The apprenticeship.
Lion.
The apprenticeship.
But yeah, the program's pretty chill. You know, it's laid out for you. It's very direct. You have your hours. You have the task of what you're supposed to do. From when I started till now, it's been a lot more structured, right? It's a little bit more hands-on. And Smiley has the time to do so now. You know what I mean? It's a little bit easier for him to go around and kind of like stay over your shoulder easier, right? But also, if he's not, like, it's also very easy for you to walk up to him and be like, hey, listen, I have an issue with this. I need you, what's this?
Yeah, because
What can do
personally,
with
I
this
get
and
lost
that?
in my own world, and not
Right.
only that, like before they were here, I was still developing the business, so I had to work more than others. You know what I mean?
But also, he has like an open door policy. So
Exactly.
even if you're designing, or if you have a client and whatever, the ink isn't going in well, or the stencil, or whatever experience you're having at that moment with the client, I feel like we've created an environment where our artists feel safe
Yeah.
to walk in and be like, hey, you're any help.
And I think that's what helped me grow faster too. Is I remember having early on some issues where I didn't understand what was going wrong. And then I would walk up to Smiley, hey, listen, I need to get a minute with Smiley. I need to, see what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was uncomfortable with what I was doing. I'll go up to him, ask him, he'll come back over, show me, and then,
And that's
very,
it.
very simple. It's like,
Yeah.
you're just doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not doing this.
So speaking,
All right, cool, boom, boom.
speaking on the beginning of the apprenticeship, did you see yourself where you are now when you first started?
Yeah.
Did you think it would happen this quickly?
No.
Right?
I didn't think it would happen this quickly. I knew I would kind of hit the ground running because I had like an experience with art, and I kind of pick up on things a little fast. But I didn't see it happen as fast as it did because I know how much different this is. You know what I mean? It's people's skin. There's a lot of techniques that I'm not able to use or wasn't able to use at the time, right? There's still a bunch of shit I need to learn. Like, so Smiley knocks out like a lot of like really dope ass, big ass pieces, right? And he has a technique where his background is like painting, right? So he tattoos like he paints.
Yeah.
I have a background where I'm like a sketch artist, and I draw a lot. I've done a lot of like graffiti and books and stuff, right? So I have a more meticulous approach, right? Which kind of slows me down, right? So watching him work is showing me like how I can benefit from doing bigger, broader strokes and really just knocking shit out, right? So there's just a lot of shit that I haven't gotten to, but it was cool to like.
I said that shit to Lisa like on our last. I think Lisa was here.
Yeah,
Last-
you
yeah,
said
last-
last.
That I was like, sometimes you guys when you do tattoos and I'm walking by, I see that some of you get frustrated, right? And like you can see the frustration in the face. You can see the difference from when you walked in till during your tattoo 5 hours in. And the thing is, you kind of set yourself up for that because when you design the piece and you add all these things, knowing that you normally feel like that, it's like you need to, if you want to eliminate that feeling, you need to start eliminating some of the things from the designs that make you feel like that. Does it make sense? Yeah. Like if, for example, if I know that buildings are fucking crazy and meticulous to do in a piece, and I did a whole entire skyline with detailed building, and I just felt frustrated by the end of that. The next time, I'm going to simplify it to 2 buildings and maybe something else that's simpler around it.
Have
That
like
still
in the
gives it the
background.
same impact. So I'd be trying to figure out how can I get this feeling away from me, which now allows me to like, I could tattoo for like a long time and still be happy from like when I walked in, I still had the same amount of energy when I finished the piece. Happy throughout the whole process.
So
you know
Ace,
what I mean?
what are you booking now?
What do you mean?
Like
Style wise?
no, like time wise. What is your next available?
Well, fortunately, I have availability this week.
No, but
But realistically, I'm like booking more into like the fall, so like October, November. I think weekends are in November, December. So
how does
I'm
that
booked
feel
out.
for you? Being that how long have you been tattooing professionally now?
About a year and a half, minus like those 4 months that we were out for COVID.
So how do you feel? How do you feel being booked out like that?
It feels good. It's stressful because you have a lot on your plate and you have a lot of designs and stuff like that. And then you also kind of think about the time that you kind of might need off in future stuff because you never know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, sorry, and I gotta
feed
off of what he's saying too. Like, he's in that stressful, being booked. In my situation, it was stressful not having anybody. So the same amount of years, let's say he's been tattooing a year and a half. In my year and a half, I would tattoo once or twice a week.
Right.
And sit there and wait till somebody hit me up and sit there. And I used to drive to people's houses to show them design and try to convince them, yo, please get tattooed.
So
I
the
need to get
privilege
paid.
of having an apprenticeship at a tattoo shop is life-changing.
It's completely different. So you see the
Yeah,
two worlds
it's a different level of stress.
of him
you know
saying
what I mean?
he's stressed from being booked. Meanwhile, I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, I
exactly.
want to be booked. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to.
I think that's the thing is like I'm stressed about being booked, but it's the good kind of stress, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to the other side, right? So I appreciate what I have. You know what I mean? I'm stressed out about it, but in a good way, where it's like a not stress, but like pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like a fire on my ass to perform and make sure that all my pieces are done properly, my designs are getting
Also,
better.
take care of yourself,
Yeah.
right?
I see it as you have another year paid for.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, you know next year you're going to be living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the stress I don't have to worry about because I know that I have work next week and the week following and the week following. So if I do, like something happens, again, I guess the other concern would be like, something happens where I get sick or something like that. It sucks because, stuff kind of gets pushed back, but it's good to still know that I have work and I have people who want to come see me, want to come get work with me.
To see
Yeah,
you.
and are willing to wait. Like
100%.
if I had to cancel, because I was sick, somebody's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get in your next
I
next
think
availability." Like, that's
Aside
cool.
from Smiley, Ace is my second most popular artist. He is my next artist who has booked out the longest aside from Smiley. So that's really cool. It's cool to see
fire.
that. Yeah, man.
That's my fire.
Yeah, it's cool to see that kind of like trickle down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because I remember when Ace first started tattooing, Smiley would be like, "Yo, go get tattooed by him. Go get tattooed by him." Like legit sending his
And
own
never
clients,
turn that
like-
shit down.
Yeah, that's dope.
Never turn that shit down.
That's man, though.
That's
Before
how
we
you
head into
build.
the halftime break, Sarah just said it is crucial to your career. Not crucial, but very important for your career to get an apprenticeship.
Absolutely.
What is the biggest tip you can give someone looking for an apprenticeship now?
Be open, put yourself out there. Even if you're scared, don't be timid. I think it's important to really be open, because there's some people who are just very like timid and in their shell, and then they get caught up in their mind. I know from my experience with this shop, I can't speak for others, but if you're more vocal about your concerns and who you are in your performance, it's going to be easier for you to like learn, because people are going to be backing you. People are going to want to see you progress, and we're going to help you out.
Absolutely.
So it's just being open.
We are a very like open communication shop. We have team meetings regularly where everybody kind of gets to express their concerns and what they would like to see from us as business owners. They kind of help us with the direction in which we want the shop to go. So yeah, like get out of your head and speak up. Like that throat chakra needs to be completely aligned, because it's the only way you're gonna move forward. If I don't know what you're thinking, let's say you're having anxiety for whatever reason, and you feel like you're not prepared, and you don't share that with me, I can't help you. You know what I mean? But if you're having anxiety about moving on to the next step of your apprenticeship and you voice that, then there are steps that we can take to make sure that you feel more secure in what you're doing, and then we'll move forward.
Also, this is my longest running apprentice. So when she give a suggestion, it's because she's seen me do it, not because she thinks she knows what she's telling you. Just because she's not sitting there
She's seen it.
tattooing doesn't mean she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
100%. And you've said that before, and I literally saw it yesterday. She wasn't even like in the room at all. You finished this amazing piece.
Because the fucking other apprentices that were here,
and
she
she
used to
comes
give
in.
advice, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
and like, bitch, she actually knows what the fuck. Like, she used to give me
Oh,
the
you're talking about
needles
the
and
snake?
everything.
Yeah, she was
like,
like,
what
oh,
the
you
fuck?
just did blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, all right. She's seen this before. Like, she's seen him go about
Yeah.
it.
Like, you don't have to
That
be a
really
great
is.
basketball player to be a great coach.
No, for
You know
real,
what I mean?
100%.
So it's just like you gotta
100%.
take the word.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. Very nice, guys. We're going to head into the halftime break. We'll be right back.
What up?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We just like the new station when they talk shit before they go live. You know what I mean? They'll talk about pussy and shit.
Shit like this Chappelle show.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right.
So, recently, YSL has been going under a lot of fire.
What's hell?
A lot of people getting arrested right now, facing charges. One of the members actually just passed away.
Passed away or was
Passed
killed?
away, passed away, Lil Keed. I don't know what the
Okay.
cause of death
Yeah,
was.
they
Check
never
it up real
said.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
there's so
think they
many
said it.
rappers right now, you don't know who the fuck is who. She's like, what? But yeah, Young Thugger, right?
Yep.
And Gunner, right? They
Yep.
got caught on some racketeering charges and they're
Rico charges.
So they're looking to face like
Forever.
5 to 60 years
I think
in
Gunner was
between
facing,
that.
like, 20
And when
plus.
it's federal, like these motherfuckers have case on you for like 5 or 6 years
Yeah, easily.
straight. Those are RICO charges. When you have a case that's been built for 6 years consistently. So when you try to get a lawyer and they come with this fucking pamphlet, this fucking envelope full of everything you've done, the lawyer just be like, yo, here's your money back, my man. I didn't know this
they
is
be
the
throwing the
case.
book at you. It's over.
What exactly is a RICO charge, though? Is it just like
Racketeering, drug trafficking, like it's a whole bunch of
Conspiracies,
charges.
all that.
It's a whole bunch of charges
That
put
just build
together
up.
in
Okay.
one fucking package.
yeah? So that shit's like impossible to go against. Okay.
Yeah, unless you start snitching.
It's like a fucking combo. Well,
Yeah.
you know
Unless you Takashi yourself, and you know what I'm saying. So Young Thug is like, damn, I wish I could be like Takashi, but then so I gotta ride.
We don't know if he's
Yeah.
gonna ride or not. We don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
Like
This
we don't
is very,
know.
very fresh
We don't
right
know
now.
because if all of a sudden in the next 10 years this guy is out and about, we know
Yeah,
for a
he
fact
was
that you
talking.
said something. Because if you're looking at 60 years and you get out in 10, my guy.
My thing is, if I use something to get me to point B, right? For example, if I sell a lot of drugs to get me to be a rapper, famous rapper is making a lot of money, I will leave A because it's not good no more,
Yeah,
and I would
facts.
just pursue this and
Yeah.
try to make money off of this or real estate, whatever. How are you still continuing to do low level shit?
Wait, I think that there was another rapper. I don't remember
Casanova.
who said to him like, don't let
No.
your old shit catch up to you.
No.
So
This was what's that nigga name? Like a nigga be spazzing and shit with the hat and shit.
I don't know.
He did like
but
25.
whoever that guy is, he said to Young Thug like, yo, like focus on your music and let that past shit be past shit, so that your
It's just like
past
Fat Joe
doesn't prevent your future.
to Tekashi. Remember that video, Fat Joe Tekashi?
Yeah.
Fat Joe telling Tekashi like, yo, you gotta watch out. They're looking for you, or whatever. And he's like, nah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
so-
boom,
Listen, bro.
got caught up.
So it's not like he didn't have any guidance where people were like, "Hey, yo, like cut that shit out, bro. You
It's just
making
niggas,
money."
niggas want to be thugs. That's it.
And
Young Thugger, bro.
sometimes
Young
like,
Thugger,
like
bro.
you can't. Sometimes you can take people out of the hood, but you can't really.
He's
Like,
sitting
that's
there
still
like,
in him,
damn.
you know what I mean?
I wish I had that cereal box in my kitchen. You can't, my man. Not no more.
That's the other thing is that because you get brought up on conspiracy, so it's all about affiliation also on top of that. So even if you're not directly doing it, you're indirectly around those people.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
end up getting caught in it as well. You know what I mean?
Watch the company you keep.
For real. We have a baby formula shortage. I don't.
That's so sad.
The baby.
So,
Not-
baby formula obviously is necessary to maintain life. Yes, there's a lot of nursing moms who are able to nurse their babies, but there is a larger number of moms who choose to formula feed. For whatever reason, fed is best. I don't care how you feed your baby. Feed your baby.
Breastfeeding.
It
You were
is
given
a-
the ability
hold
to
on.
feed
Here we go.
your kids and stuff like
Not
that. But you know
everybody.
how I am. You know
So
what I mean?
I nursed all my children.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like-
and I never looked down on anyone who couldn't or chose not to nurse their children like you do for your kid. Look, parenting is hard as fuck. Being a mom is incredibly stressful. So if making a formula is gonna make you feel better, then go ahead. Because I remember one time I sat 17 hours on a motherfucking couch nursing a baby that was going through a growth spur. Like, not everybody is able to do that. You have no idea.
I mean, but you did it though.
PTSD.
I did
that
it. I
shit
did
hit.
it because I had the ability to do it,
yeah.
right?
Facts.
I had the time.
Yeah.
I had there was somebody providing for my household, so I could sit there and do that for my child. Not everybody has that same ability. I will say though,
Some women
that
find
it
it
is,
taboo having their kid
It is-
sucking on the titties and shit. It's like, yo, you're feeding
but
your
then
fucking
there are other
babies.
women who just physically cannot, right? I just feel like it's incredibly sad that we are more focused on sending money to help a war than we are about feeding our own American children.
It's America.
Like-
This is
We
what
just
it
spent
is.
like $40 million.
America
to, like,
has a
Ukraine, right? And
savior complex.
Look,
yeah.
anti-war, love my people from Ukraine. Feed our fucking
we gotta-
kids.
Listen,
like
it's
like,
cool, but to be honest, the Ukraine shit, I really don't give a shit.
So for
I wake up
me-
not giving a shit about it, and it's like there's a lot of shit that needs to be fixed over here, and you motherfuckers sending money over there. But it's all political gain, it's all power shit. So we live in America, and we need to understand that that's what everybody gets for living in America.
So this is the thing that I
It's
don't
just
really
what it is.
understand. It's not like it was one supplier. It's not like we had an influx of children that were just born. It's not like what the fuck happened to production?
Yeah. No. What you mean.
What the fuck happened?
Like,
So you facilitate formula to parents, right? With programs like WIC and for like low income families and whatnot. So you facilitate this ability to feed your child in a different way than what's organic to you, and then you take it away?
no, but you need to understand, because everybody's question is, what's going on? You take it away, why would the government do that? It's just a business. It's a business tactic. All right, so let's say we create a fucking whatever, right? And when we first created, we start selling a lot of these. We're making tons of money since fucking God knows when, right? Suddenly, people are starting to be aware where they're like, they're doing natural remedies. They're doing a lot of natural things. So things like
Yeah, a lot of
buying
homeopathic
shit like this is not going to work because they figured us out, right? So what we do, we cut back on it. Instead of creating a different formula or whatever, we cut back on it
make it-
at once.
Yeah. Supply and demand.
Yeah, exactly. So if the people be like, oh my God, where'd it go? Where's the paper towel? Where's the tissue? Oh my God, we have it, nigga. We're just gonna open it back up, and it's gonna be a rush of people trying to buy it because the experience that we just gave them, that this shit, the company's gonna go up.
Right back up on the market.
Up
Yeah.
there, they see it as we're about to bank. Everybody will see it as, where's my baby? Oh my God, in the formula. And it's like, it's all a business tactic at the end of the day.
So,
You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
That
So
shit
to
is-
piggyback off of that, I remember when we first reopened from COVID, I had a very serious conversation with our team, and I said to them, in like 2 years, we're going to see a serious recession. And so start planning for when that happens, right? Because money is not going to come in the same.
Which is why she was trying to get them to pay their taxes. So if something does happen, we're able to claim shit and get help.
Yeah.
Not like
And
live like a
then get,
fucking
like,
artist and just
unemployment
cash and
right, so-
yeah, fuck the taxes and all that. That's how
Yeah.
artists
And then
live.
be in a deeper debt.
Right.
Okay.
So I think that the baby formula shortage is also kind of like a big telltale for us as a country and where our economy stands and in the direction that it's going. They've been talking about a food shortage for a really long time, right? And everybody's like, oh, it's not that bad. The supermarkets are full. Okay, but for how long? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So
But this
Wah,
is the
wah,
thing why
America.
you have to separate yourself from the government, not be so dependent. For example, you should be able to eat healthy things without going to the supermarket and fucking buying it. Because when they cut you out of all that shit that you're normally used to, you're gonna act like a fucking zombie and a savage and running through the streets looking for food. Well, nigga, you should have grown your own fucking herbs in the back and shit and tomatoes,
I'd
and
wanna
you would have had this
see-
problem. You know
I
what I
want
mean?
to see what like everything would look like if you just shut down fast food for like a month. Shut down like all the fast food companies for like a month and see
Bro.
how everything plays
Well,
out.
like I was saying yesterday, it's illegal in other countries, especially in my country, to advertise food on TV. You will not find a commercial of food on TV.
And it's crazy.
It's
Or
illegal.
pharmaceuticals.
It's only
Or
America
pharmaceuticals.
is the only country that's allowed to fucking commercialize food in order to make people buy.
And
But
you-
that shit is illegal,
and you
bro.
literally said that, and I was watching the game last night, and they did like a full-on like Star Wars commercial, like short film for Taco Bell fries, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. And I was just thinking about that. I was
You
like,
get
it's so
what
wild.
I'm saying?
That
Taco
was-
Bell.
Yeah, literally, bro. But
That shit is wild.
it's so
Bro,
wild.
let's get the fans of Star Wars to buy fucking
Taco Bell.
that easy. They put it together that easy.
Before we head out of here for the day, Ace, I have one question that we ask all the guests here on the show now. If you could go back on your own timeline, where would you go, and what conversation would you have with yourself?
Damn, that's deep. You didn't have to hit me like that. I'd probably just go back to myself when I was like at a really dark point in my life and just kind of pick myself up by the bootstraps and just like give myself a pep talk, because I always knew I would be okay throughout whatever happened, but there was like times where it was hard and I was really down. You know what I mean? Where I was almost not even here. So, you know,
Maybe you're
I'll put
here.
myself, you know, but it's, you know, sometimes you don't have that person that's in your ear to tell you that it's going to be okay. So I'll probably go back where I was like in my darkest, deepest days and just tell myself that it was going to be all right.
All gonna be cool. We're here, baby. We thriving. Chakra Out Loud. Another
Let's
episode. Great episode. We'll catch you guys
See you guys
later.
next week.